So God really, really, really cares about us. He really cares about everything that is us. And he really wants to bring the real us out of the not so real us. And all the dust and all the stuff that settles on us, that creeps in, that weighs us down, that suffocates us, the life of God from flowing in us. He really cares about everything. Every aspect of who we are in our spirit, in our body, our soul, every part of us, he cares. And he wants to care for us. He wants to be our Father. And Psalm 139, it says, David says, I'll praise you, God, for I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I will praise you. I never really thought of that as a cause to praise God, but David did. He saw. And there was one day I was feeling really kind of lonely and kind of insecure one day. Has anyone ever felt like that before? Anybody else besides me? Am I being too vulnerable right now? Oh, well, I'm going to be that way anyways. Because God, in the moment of that, because I know people deal with that stuff, and so God, in the midst of that, me feeling all those things, I was just staring into the mirror and kind of feeling all that junk. I was in a practice room at Evangel, and I was staring at my eye, I was just looking, and all of a sudden I began to look at the details of my eye. Have you ever looked at your eyeball before? It's fascinating. All these little details and colors and bursts of colors and kind of stripes here and there, and the way it moves is so just radical. And I started looking, and I started to see things that I never even knew about myself, and I felt like God was like, I made that eye, and I knew all those details, and I think about all those details, and you didn't even know it. I'm closer to you than you are. And I looked at that, and all of a sudden this fear came on me, which I think is like what David experienced with, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. It's so just out of this world how God made us, and so complex and so everything. I'm looking at my eye, and it almost stared at me, and I felt like my eye was like, who are you to say those things about yourself? Or it was like talking to me, I didn't hear a voice or anything. We're not going to put this on the CD, I don't think. But I was looking at my eye, and I just saw it. It just hit me, and it was like, bam. Like if it was a movie, it would be all of a sudden, one of those emails you get that's like, can you see the ghost? And you're looking, and it's quiet, and then 20 seconds later, this guy's like, bah! In your face. It was like this eyeball appeared. It just hit me, I was looking, and it hit me, and the fear of, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Who are you or anyone else to say anything different but what God says over you? Who are you, and who is anyone else to say anything that contradicts the word of the Father that he's spoken over you? And who am I, God, to insult your hands because you made me? Who am I to insult the hands that made your favorite masterpiece? God, you have said that I am your favorite one, and who am I to disregard that? Who am I to say another thing? Who am I to insult your hands? God, help us to accept what you feel for us. I pray that we'd be able to feel what you feel for ourselves, and you'd heal us, and we'd become whole again, God, because you feel so much in your heart for your people and for your children. And you want to release that to us, and you want to speak it into us again and make us whole and cause us to live in a revelation of your love, confidence in your love, God, because everything you say is true.